How we think about food is backwards. What we are taught is a dissection and a limited perspective of what food really is. We're not seeing the whole picture. This is the root of the issue we are seeing in modern society, and especially in America. Just look at the statistics. Over 60% of people have at least one chronic disease. Over 70% of Americans are overweight or obese. An average person takes 4 prescribed pills a day. Clearly, something isn't working. So in this video, we'll be looking at how to rethink about our food, digestion, and our health through the understanding of the body and its energy system, as well as give you practical tools to learn more about these systems and be healthier. This reason for this unhealthy collective behavior is due to the misunderstanding of the body and its energetic systems. While we are taught in school some aspects of these systems, we are not taught the whole picture. Science does an amazing job at dissecting and learning details, but sometimes this causes us to get stuck in the microscopic lens. We first must zoom out and see the bigger picture to understand the roles of these smaller aspects. What we first need to understand is that the body is an infinitely intelligent system. The body's ability to heal itself is how science and medicine itself learns these healing abilities. This is the same in other traditions, such as Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. While it may appear at times that the body is causing harm, it is only trying to balance the environment it is in. This includes what the body intakes itself. These ancient traditions have these ideas of the energy of the body that line up perfectly with our understanding of biology through the scientific lens. So to see the bigger picture, we must first look at these connections of the energy body. In these ancient traditions, such as Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, the body is seen as a network of energy channels and centers, like meridians and chakras. These systems govern not just your physical health, but your emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Looking at the nervous system itself, we can see how these two concepts connect easily, as these energy channels and centers have a huge similarities in placement to the nervous system itself. And in these traditions, it is explained that the imbalances and blockages of this energy system can manifest as physical symptoms, such as digestive issues, fatigue, chronic pain, and more. And not only that, these imbalances and blockages can manifest in emotional, mental, and spiritual issues. In modern medicine, it is often that the treatment of these symptoms do not address the root cause, the energy imbalance. The father of modern science knew that these health issues was caused by this energetic imbalance. Thinking energetically about the body, we can zoom out and see the bigger picture. A huge misunderstanding that modern society and science have is with the gut and digestion. While the role of digestion is not completely wrong, it is just not getting the whole system or the big picture. From the framework of the energy body from these ancient traditions, it is known that the gut is where the main pool of energy is stored. So as we think of food as energy, we must also understand that we are pulling energy from the gut itself. We can see this being the case as over 90% of the hormones is produced in the gut. Furthermore, the concept of the gut microbiome is getting more popular due to the realization of how important and influential this gut's environment has on our body physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The gut's unique role and connection with the brain provides a lot of insight of how the body works. One insight through the connection between the gut and the brain is that digestion takes 90% of our mental capacity. As digestion takes a lot of concentration from the gut to break down the food into energy. And this is where we can see fasting comes into play. Fasting is starting to grow as a popular practice due to the large arrays of benefits. Science has seen fasting help in multiple different aspects of healing, such as cellular repair and detoxification, increased mental clarity and focus, enhancing mood and emotional resilience, and so much more. The concept and practice of fasting is rooted in these ancient traditions and religions, as the fasting benefits vary from physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So we can see that not adding to the environment of the body, but allowing the intelligence of the body to work is healing. And there are many different forms of fasting, like intermittent fasting, water fasting, or juice fasting. It is important to look at the role of fasting and digestion from the mental and spiritual aspect as well. When in a fasted state, where digestion is not taking up our mental capacity, one's awareness is heightened. This allows one to be able to think clearer and be aware of the patterns that are already occurring. This is why fasting has a deeply entangled history with spirituality and religions, as this heightened aware state is a form of a meditative state. But the heightened awareness itself is also why people can get more emotionally disturbed, such as the case with being hangry. The tool of fasting is very useful and multifaceted, from healing from physical, mental, and spiritual. Another practical way of thinking about food is to treat it like medicine itself. As we have hit a point where in modern society our food systems fail to provide us with the essential nutrients to the body, we have taken it upon ourselves. We tried to replace this with a new system of medicine. But if we were to look at everything we consume to have a medical purpose, we would be a lot more conscious of what we are putting into our body. While I'm not disregarding Western medicine and the benefits that it can and has given to humanity, I think at times it is not addressing the root of the problem and is just trying to stop the symptoms. Looking at the root of the problem, in most cases, we'll be looking at the environment that led to the system. Food is a big part of this environment. It alters the body itself, and is something that the body does to provide health and continue living. Medicine of all varieties, even Western medicine, started from plant and other food sources. The issue arises when we dissect a piece of the source and assume that one individual aspect will benefit the system, when in nature it is provided with a whole lot of other nutrients. It's a whole system. Like the body, nature itself is infinitely intelligent, so in most cases, the whole system of the food itself is needed to receive the full medicine. This is why being mindful of what you put in your body, such as food, is important for health and overall well-being. Now, let's combine these concepts and look deeper into the system. We understand through the body and nature's intelligence that we can see simplistic foods promote health. And energetically, we can see that fasting has a large array of benefits. If we want to optimize these systems even further, we'll have to understand the role of energy in food and the digestion tract itself. In these ancient traditions and religions, the reference to the energy of the body is also referenced in food. So looking at these foods with high amounts of energy would best be fitted for the body. This is where the idea of vegetarian diets come in, eating foods with higher amounts of this energy, such as fruits and vegetables. And we can see that this is the case through biology by looking at the digestive tract itself. If we were to look at the difference of digestive tracts between carnivores and vegetarian animals, the length of the carnivore is significantly shorter than one of the vegetarians. Now, if we were to look at a human's digestive tract and compare it between other animals, we can see that the length is a lot closer to a vegetarian animal. Another good way of looking at the food is to look at the water content itself. Food with a higher water content provide a lot more of the energy. If we compare it to water content of the body, which is about 60 to 70%, we can look at this ratio to see which foods are best sorted to give this energy. With fruits and vegetables being above 80% to 90%, we can see that water content shows this higher energy itself. Looking at meat, it is lower, with a 75% water content. And not only that, you want to eat food that is alive. Where fruits and vegetables are still alive when you eat it raw, meat itself is not. So although, in cases like fish, with a higher water content itself, if you eat the fish when it's dead, it's not at its highest energy state. While there is a lot more to be said about this topic, I'll save it for another video that will deep dive into this aspect. And then lastly, The best thing to do is to listen to your body. As we have discussed before, the body itself is intelligent. So listening to what type of nutrients it is asking for is the best. So if you're needing a more grounding, high nutrient food, red meat and organs might be the best for your body at the time. If you need mental clarity or some type of healing aspect, maybe fasting is the solution. I am just trying to inform you so you can make the best decision for your own body. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment suggestions, questions, or topics you want me to talk about. Peace.